time, and we've got some depressing news today. Mark Cavendish not selected for the Tour de France. What? 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 I can't even. I can't even. I don't even know what to say. Why? Mark Cavendish not selected for the Tour de France. Let's have a look at his palmares, shall we? Why not? As he's not selected. Date of birth 37 years old. Nationality Great Britain. Weight 70 kilograms. Top results 34 stage wins Tour de France. World Championship road race, 16-time stage winner on Giro d'Italia, Milano San Remo, Shell de Pries, GC Tour of Qatar, GC Dubai d'Or, 2 times. The list is crazy. It's just crazy. Read these numbers. Why would you select this guy for the Tour de France? Why? Why would you select him? That would be a crazy idea. This made me laugh. So we got Alpha Vinyl at the team presentation, and this was today. And who do they have on the giant screen in the background? It's only Cavendish. That just made me laugh so much. We've got some comments down here. This is the funniest shit I've ever done by an organisation. Yeah, this is just shocking. I mean, that's hilarious. Cavendish, as we know, equalled the Eddy Merckx Tour de France record, 34 stage victories, and he did that. He got there during last year's race, winning 4 stages, but his participation has always been in doubt, as his Quick Step Alpha Vinyl team have long since planned for Dutch sprinter Fabio Jakobsen to compete instead. I mean, there's Jakobsen. I mean, I've got no problem with this guy. He's got his own tragic backstory, massive crash, coming back from serious injury in a coma. Thought he was going to die. However, he is not. Mark Cavendish. Tour de France. Mark Cavendish will not ride, and also Julian Alaphilippe is also out of the Quick Step team. The question is, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Tactical error. I can only see this as a serious tactical error. Mark Cavendish is not going to ride the Tour de France, despite equalling the all-time record for stage wins last year. The marketing involved with this would be phenomenal. To have your rider in your colours, even if he doesn't do anything, everyone's going to be interested in him. Cavendish, 37, had been hopeful of selection after winning the British road race title on Sunday. That race was amazing. And he was on his own. He was just no team around him. He just did it on his own. As well as several other races this season. Ireland's Sam Bennett, there he is also a surprise omission from the Tour, after he was expected to sprint for his Bora Hansgrohe team. As we know, the Tour begins in Copenhagen, in Denmark on Friday. France's World Tour champion Julian Alaphilippe is also out. He's going to miss the home Grand Tour for Quick Step, as he's recovering from injuries sustained in a crash in April's Liège-Bastogne-Liège Monument one-day race. So big names are out. Got some comments. This made me laugh. Surely the opportunity for your team to include a record-breaking team member in such a prestigious race would give great exposure and make commercial sense. 131 people thought that was pretty accurate, apart from one. There he is. There's Mark Cavendish, looking smart. This is a comment from David Miller. He does things people tell him are impossible. I thought it was impossible he could come back, and I was basing that off precedent, because nobody had stopped the descending spiral that all pro cyclists find themselves in at the end of their careers. Yet he did. Not only that, he came back and put himself back on the trajectory to beat an impossible record. He won 4 stages in last year's Tour de France, which was crazy. He is a mad genius, David Miller says. Here we have some pictures with the man himself. For Mark Cavendish to break the record means more than one person getting an addition to their Wikipedia page, and probably a knighthood. He has introduced so many people to cycling. He's bridged generations. He's shown us what is possible. To this day, he will say that he's short and fat and not an athlete, but that's not true. He's one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen. He has spent his whole career explaining to people why he can't win the Tour de France overall, and patiently explaining what he does. We're very privileged to have him as our national champion, and the Tour de France deserves to have him too, which is why they put him on the main screen. As you can see there, he's got a book out at the moment, Mark Cavendish, Tour de Force. I've got it right here. Excellent book, really interesting to understand what he's thinking about and why he was doing what he was doing, that lead up to that last year's race. Very interesting. There's the book. Try and get it if you can. I think the paperback is only $6.99. The hardback's about $10.99, I think. There's Mark Cavendish. He produced a stunning performance on Sunday to win the national road race title for the second time in his career. I think the last time was 2012, and in doing so put huge pressure on his Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl team less than a week out from the start of the 109th Tour de France. As we know, he is tied with Eddie Merckx as the most successful Tour stage winner in history with 34 wins. But despite his incredible comeback at last year's Tour, when Cavendish ended a long run of illness and injury to win 4 stages, plus the green jersey, and despite the fact that outright stage record is within his grasp, and despite the fact the race begins in Copenhagen, where Cavendish memorably won his world title 11 years ago, there have been doubts as to whether he will be selected this time round, and these doubts have turned into sadness. Here we have him zipping up his national jersey. It was a vintage tactical performance, with Cavendish making the right calls at the right times and finished things off without the need of a lead out. He did it on his own. Afterwards, Cavendish said he was still waiting to hear from his team about the Tour. His ex-Great Britain teammate David Miller said it would be absolute insanity if Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl declined to take him, echoing similar comments made by Sir Bradley Wiggins last week, another person who knows what they're talking about. And that's where we are. That's what we've left ourselves. Mark Cavendish out of the Tour de France, sitting at home, watching it on TV with us. Shocking. Alright, well, if you liked this video, which I very much doubt you did, and I mean, look at this photo. Oh, the irony. If you like this video, why would you give us a like, and press subscribe for more. Just press some buttons. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.